Hey, so we're back today with another hotel story from my past work history. This one is not so much a horror story as it is awkward, a little bit funny. But so I was working in Myrtle Beach again at one of their fancier hotels. Sometimes at the fancier hotels, you run into some characters. It ain't just at the cheap hotels, $40 a night that you run into some characters. It's at the ones that you spend $300 and $400 a night that you can really find some chaotic people. So this particular evening, this guy had got this room, and every time I was outside in the hallway, he would make it a point to come out there and ask me for something. And I'm like, okay, fine. I already put shampoo and conditioner, toothpaste, razors, everything you need in your room, but he would still come out and ask me for another one. I'm like, okay, so basically he's flirting. I'm not stupid, I know the deal. He's flirting. But I had a girlfriend at the time, so I weren't about to lose that. And he kept on and on flirting, and he was like, well, if you feel like you want to come in and hang out, just know the door is always open. And I say, because I have to be nice, because I live off tips. Again, you live off tips. And you don't want to lose your job. And I say really nicely, thanks for the offer, but it's not professional. I can't hang out in your room with you. I have other rooms that I have to clean, people I have to take care of. If you need anything, please, by all means, come to me. I'll get it, no problem, but I can't go lay it with you, and I can't do stuff like that. So after about an hour or two, he comes back out, and he's like, well, my toilet's messed up. Will you call someone? I'm like, sure, I'll call someone. He's like, will you come look at it? I say, I'm the housekeeper, not the plumber. I can call someone for you. Well, then, an hour later, can I get more towels? I'm thinking to myself, I've already put 10 towels in that room. He's only one person. What is he doing with all these towels? Now, in my mind, I'm thinking that he's using up towels or something. But actually, he wasn't using any towels. He was just having another excuse to get me in the room. Oh my God. I went, what? So I go get more towels, and I tell the laundry guy, I'm like, bring me up a lot of towels because apparently it's going to be a long evening. Like, this dude's calling me back and forth. Well, finally, another girl shows up to help me with my floor because I'm way behind because I have a lot of the spring breakers and the golfers and the strippers, the party people, and they've destroyed the whole floor. So when that happens, sometimes the hotel will send up an extra person to help. Well, he comes out in the hallway and she's there. And he's like, where's Lily? I want Lily to come, bring me this or that. And she's like, I can help you with that. What do you need? Lily's busy. And he's like, no, I need her. Never mind, I'll just do it later. My friend is like, what? If you needed something that bad, I could have just handed it to you. She was like, yeah, he's requesting you and he's got it hard for you right now like that. I'm like, oh gosh. I'll be so glad when he goes home because sometimes that's how you feel when you work in that business. You're just like, please let these people go on home and get out of here. Sometimes you don't even care about the tip because they just get that aggravating. So finally, after about the fourth day, I show up to work that morning. And it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. These people are leaving at 10. Now, some people have already left. Now, once the inspector checks the room, unlocks the door, makes sure there's no damage, they'll tell me to come on in and clean it. So I go in and I start cleaning. This dude was still in his room. So I go up, it's like, I think it was like 11 something, he hadn't left. I said, did he get extra days or something? He had went and got extra days, y'all. This man had went and bought an extra week. And I'm thinking to myself, why? Why me? Why? So all I can do is do my job. That's all you can do in that kind of situation. Anyways, 11 something, I go to the room. He's still there. He's like, I'm going to need this, going to need that, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to write a list. I'm like, I know everything to bring. I do this every day. I know what you're going to need. I got it. I go get all the stuff. I bring it to the room. He's got the door open, cracked. I'm like, knocking. He's like, come on in. So I walk on in. Now, the laundry boy is behind me with like bags of linens so I can change the bed, change the towels, pillowcases, everything. We walk in, and this dude is butt naked, laid across the bed, spread eagle. I mean, everything's up and running. And I walk in. I didn't even see it at first because I like walk in like this and I'm like, sorry, so sorry. And I'm like pushing the laundry guy out like, go, go, go. He's the dude, the customer. He's yelling, no, come back, come back. It's okay, come back. You can come back in. And I'm like, I don't want to come back in. What are you doing? Put your clothes on. What are you doing? And he yells back, no, you can come on in. I'm dressed. We peek back in to, come back in. And he's just got a blanket over him. I'm like, no, I can't clean your room like that. When you're ready and you're dressed, and then you call me back. Because we don't do that there. That hotel, they didn't do that. If you got caught doing that, you'd be fired. So the only time you could do something like that is if people were still in bed and they were requesting, towels or something, but they'd be in bed like in another room, not in that room. Anywho, so a couple hours later, he comes out the hallway, and I'm thinking to myself, does he not go anywhere? He's not been shopping, swimming, to see the tourist attractions, to go party with the spring breakers, like he ain't been to the strip club. What is he here for? Just to hang out at the hotel all day? He's not doing any kind of work, like from the room. What's he doing? Finally, the next day, and then it's almost my days off. He didn't realize, I guess, that he had gotten a whole week, but my weekend started within that next couple of days, luckily. So that next day was my last day before my weekend off. And he made it one hell of a ride. From the time I got to work to the time I left, he called front desk. Send her for this, send her for that. I'd be in the middle of cleaning another room, and they would call me on the radio. Hey, he's requesting you. And I'm finally like, I can't get this stuff done if I'm running back and forth. He better leave a good tip. So right before I get off work, I walk through, I tap on the doors. Anybody need anything? I'm going home. And he says, I want to talk to you for a minute. Here's my card. I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. And he said, you basically live off tips, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. He was like, well, I got a good tip right here for you. And I'm like, well, maybe he's paying me early. Maybe he's giving me my tip early. No. He's got his fly down and has the tip of it. Boing, out. I got a good tip for you right here. And I'm looking down like, what? Who does this kind of stuff? Freaking, voyeuristic. What? Why are you doing that? Like one of them people that likes to just expose themselves and then run away. I don't know. Herbert the pervert. I don't know. And then I just completely back away. Out the room. I'm done with it. I go to my boss and I tell her, I'm like, there's only so much I can take. I'm a broke woman. I'm very, very, very poor. I need this job, but there's only so much I'm going to take and only so much disrespect I'm going to take, and I'm done with it. I have a spouse at home who's waiting on me and who trusts me, and for my own sanity, I shouldn't have to take this kind of crap at work just because I'm a female. So they go talk to him, and he's like, no, it was an accident, and tries to smooth it all over. The next day, cleanup day, the girl says that she goes in his room because I refused to go back. I didn't go back. But she had got the envelope with the tip in it, and he left like $300. Had my name on it. And I told her, I was like, well, being you cleaned the room, you keep it. She said, no, you worked there all 2 weeks dealing with that guy, you take the tip. I'm like, how about we split it? You take $150, I take $150. So that's what we did.